Okay, welcome back to into the Whirlpool Tattered Flag series. We're up to the 5:30 p.m. turn, and we are starting out here. This is the situation where we left off from the last turn. We have Anderson pushing right up against the Trobrand's and Burling's brigades here, or kind of brigades here on the stone wall right here. 17th is still holding out quite well, but they look to be surrounded. Hopefully, Schweitzer and Tilton can hold out here as well with this turn and the next one, and they'll have it. Now the big thing here with Anderson this turn was his ability to get into assault mode. He's in engage mode right there. You can see there's his order, engage, and he needs to assault because he needs to push against them with the 59th and the 11th to drive them out of there and get all of these victory hexes over there. If they can do that, they'll basically have the victory, and of course they have to hold it from Schweitzer's attacks. But that's going to be the real key. Secondarily, we're going to have the 8th and the 9th Georgia continue to push towards the stone hill. They've got to overcome Burling and then attack Tilton up here as well. So that's going to be a little bit trickier, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll start off. I've done the initiative roll already, and the Confederates, Anderson, has won it, and it's actually dominant, although it's not going to make too much of a difference because he only has one. There's only one brigade that they can activate. So we're going to do that right away. And the other key thing on this that you'll be able to see is he is going to try to change his orders. So we're going to go right into that first. Try to do a change of order roll just to show you what that was all about again. Is right up here at the top. There we go, change of orders. We're going to roll for that to see if they can change the orders, and we need a high roll for it to change. They roll 9. It's going to change, so that's very good for the Confederates. So they're going to change from engage. Oops, let me use my tweezers here. That would be better to use that. To assault. All right, so what does assault mean? First time we've seen this in this video. Assault means this. They will be able to charge, which will be able to melee, which is exactly what we need to do. They'll be able to use fire actions. They'll be able to move up to three move actions, but they won't be able to reorganize at all. So with whatever disruption levels they have on there, that's what they will have. They won't be able to reorganize here at all. So let's move into this. Now also remember that the assaulting does not happen in the back and forth of the activation phase. There's a mutual close combat phase where that's when the combat will happen, and we'll show that at that point. Okay, so now that we've got that straight, and we should have just clarified too that we do have, everybody should be in command range. He comes over, can come either two ways. It can come back here, 1, 2, and then 3, 4 right here. He's a 6 for the range, so he's okay. He's on top of one of them, and then just 1, 2 over here, and then 1, 2 over there. So all within range. So we're going to start over here on the Confederate left, and we'll lift it up here a little bit because we're going to start all the way here with the 9th Georgia. I think basically the flow is going to be like this from left to right on the Confederate attack. So they will start with 4 activations for 3 of 3. And they are just going to do a fire against the 5th Michigan with everything. So what that's going to look like is first we're going to get the fire activation there. And then there's going to be 3 more volleys. So we're going to go from 30 because they're adjacent. With 3 more volleys, that adds 45. So they'll go up to 75 to start, 75% chance. But we're firing into the woods. That will reduce it by 15, so it would drop down to 60%. Checking for, let's see, they're the same elevation. They're not obscured. Not gone to the ground. No disruption. Yeah, so that's about it. So it's going to be 60. It's a pretty devastating shot. This might wipe out the rest of the 5th, but let's see. And they roll a, oh, yep. They roll a 0, 6. So that's going to be murderous fire. It's essentially going to wipe them out at the end. But remember, this is not applied until, I just want to verify that here just real quick. It's not applied until the end of the casualties. The conclusion of the entire active formation's activation. So that does not get applied right away. So that means these folks here are in the way. All right, they've fired, so they're pretty much done. So now these two, still part of their formation. They, well, he can't move up here. He could. There's no real reason to fire on them because they're going to be gone. So he could turn and go here, but then he starts getting in the way of the other one, 9th droid over here. So, so that's actually, it's good and it's bad because it means we can't move up. Yeah, see, if I had done it this way, he could have moved up here and then shot, but oh well, that's the way we live with the games. So let's think here on this a minute. What can we do? Well, a 9th Georgia could move up, 2 of 3, this one right here. He could move up to there for 1. They'll have to redress for 2. But there's, I mean, he could turn and, well, he can't shoot because there's blocking terrain there. I mean, that's about all we can do because he can't move anywhere. I mean, he could turn and sidle over, but I don't know what that gets me. I mean, he could turn like this for 1, 2, redress, 3, and then, well, that gets him out of range though. 1, 2. Well, he could turn 1, 2, 3. Because he went over a stream, I'm going to have him redress because, oh yeah, no, he can't, because he can only do 3 move activations. Remember, he's in assault mode, so that'd be 1, 2, but he can't do that because he can't align with him. So he may not do anything actually. So I think that's what it's going to be. He will not do anything. Too bad, but you know, oh well. And we will move to the 2 of 3 Georgia. He will move up 1 and then redress for crossing the stream 2. Of course, he doesn't have to shoot or anything like that, but pretty much that's it. So that's the end of the 9th Georgia. Now, at this point, the murderous fire takes place, and the 5th Michigan is wiped out completely. Okay. Now moving down the line to the 8th Georgia. 8th Georgia is these 3 units here. The colors are going to move up 1. Now he's in the flank of this unit, so he can't be fired upon. And then he's going to pivot for 2, redress for 3, and then fire for 4. It's going to be a weak firing here because he's got a disruption in the woods, but try to fire into the flank and get another disruption on them. So he's point blank for 30. He's disrupted, so that's -5. That brings him to 25. In the woods, firing into the woods, that's going to be -15. So that's going to bring him down to 10. So 10 or less. Rolls a 73. That is A miss. That's a miss. Okay. So that's all for them. That's okay. Now we'll get the 8th Georgia and the 2 of 3 8th Georgia. They'll fire into there. They'll do the whole thing. So they're going to be 4 down to 3, and then 3 extra volleys. So that's going to be 30 up to 75, minus 15 down to 60. There is 1 level of disruption, so that would be down to 55. So 55 or less. They roll a 48, so that's a hit. That'll just increase their disruption. All right, and that's all for them. And then the last guy here, sorry, over there, he could move up here for 1, but then be fired upon by both of these units. Do I want to do that? Let me think about this here a second. I'd love to be able to pivot them, but I don't want to be fired upon by them. He can move up. He would be fired upon here. And then fired upon by here. He could still fire against, well, he's gonna, if he pivots, he'll be fired upon no matter what. So that's just giving him a second shot. I think we're okay, because we can do the assault over here with them. We'll leave them in reserve. So they're not going to move. They're just going to stay there. So we'll apply the hit. This comes off. And Berling, the New Jersey, now has 3 disruptions. This will be interesting. They're going to have to do something about that. And they're at engage as well. Okay. All right. There we have it for the 8th Georgia. Now we'll slide over to the 11th. Now the 11th has a couple of options here. I'd love to have them pivot. They'd have to pivot once, but then they'd be fired upon, not through their flank. It'll be 30. Minus 10, 20. But I'd like to knock them out, so I don't want to. Oh, decisions. So they're at 3. There are only 3 activations, so they don't have a lot. Okay, I think they'll stay oriented the same way. We're not going to pivot them, although that flank is tempting. But they're just going to stay there and basically shoot. So that's going to be 1 for the shot. Well, they actually have 4 activations because what sits there? Anderson's there. So 1 for the shot brings them down to 3, and then 3 more for extra volleys, bring them up to 75. Minus 15 for the woods, bring them down to 60. Plus they're battle worn, so that's minus 3. Minus 10, sorry. So 60 down to 50. 50 or less. Oh, another low roll. 0, 2. Ouch, that hurts. That's another murderous hit. So they're going to be eliminated. So that actually clears this path for him. And that's all for him. Now, he could pivot 1, 2, 1. See, they can still fire on if he pivots and moves, they can still fire on him with that while they're still there. That's one of the reasons why it's applied at the end. They would still get their firing for all this simultaneous stuff going on. So they pivot 1, they have to move here for 2. Get fired on first. And then they do have 4, so it'll be 1, 2. Readdress for 3. But that would block them over there and limit their retreat. So yeah, let's do that. So this guy down here, he is going to, actually he's below, so he's got to move up on the top for 1, 2 to turn, 3 to go to there. No, actually, when he moves up on top, he's gonna fire on them. I should have called that out before. So that's going to be 30 to start, and then he is he's on the broken side, so it's going to be minus 10, brings me down to 20. So 20 or less. Rolls a 34. That's going to be a miss. So he's okay. He now pivots, and then goes over here, and then redresses. All right, getting interesting here. All right, so that's all for him. Now, this one down here, oops, Anderson should still be back up here. This guy here is going to shoot at, or actually he's going to pivot to fire on the 17th Maine. When he does, they can shoot at him. So that's going to be 30. Minus 10 for being on their broken side. And so that's going to be 20 again. Oh no, we're not done yet. Sorry. So 20 or less, they roll a 55. That's a miss. 55 is a miss. All right, so they turn. They only had 3, so that's 1 turn, 2. There's no redressing here because they didn't move out of the hex. So 2 shots are going to fire, and then 1 extra volley. So this is going to be 30 plus the extra volley is 45. He's not behind the stone wall, and he's not in there, so it's going to be 45 or less. They roll a 26, which is not half, so that's just going to be a hit. It's a hit on them. And that'll do it, because that's all of the actions. So now, let's put our results on here. 115th Pennsylvania is knocked out. And the main unit here gets a disruption. Okay, that's good. All right, getting pretty tricky here for the Union. They've lost a number of units here, here, and now down here. Ooh, I gotta adjust you here because you're just out of range and slide you over a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we just finished the 11th over here. Now we move along to the 59th. Now this is just going to be pretty much straight up shooting, I think. Yeah, this guy I think will move up underneath him later, but for now we'll go with the shooting. Oh, do I want them to? Yeah, I think, whoops, that's not, wow, come on. Actually, I think I want some moving here where, well, we'll wait. We'll still go down the line this way. So 59th, 2 of 5, I'm going to shoot into there. They have 3, so 1 will be the shot, and then 2 more volleys. So that'll make them 60%. This time they're going over a wall, so that's going to be down to 50%. There's no disruption, so it's 50 or less. They roll a 76. That is a miss, so there's no damage. 76, not 72, but it's still a miss. So they missed. Same thing over here. They've got 3 firing over the wall at them. So it'll be 60. Minus 10 for the wall brings it down to 50. And then they're in a wheat field, so minus 5 again. So down to 45. And they roll an 86. It's a miss. Okay. Moving along the line, same thing over here. They're going to do firing straight across. It's going to be 55. No, excuse me, 45. Roll a, no, for the Confederates. They roll a 98. That's not good because that's a low ammo, which causes a disruption on these guys. They get a disruption marker, and that's also a miss. All right, so now I think we've got to do one thing I was hoping you didn't have to do, but I think we're going to have to. These guys are going to move across the wall into the wheat field for one. Now they have three. Just want to check here. Crossing Stonewall. Yeah, okay. So they will have to redress if possible here. Then they're going to pivot for two. Now they will take control of this hex here because they've just entered it. So two, I can either redress and shoot, or I can pivot. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Or I can pivot again and get them in line to attack them over there. But that leaves them vulnerable from the rear. Well, they're vulnerable from the flank already. But. 1, 2. I've got one more left. Oh, here's my other dice. One more left. I can fire, I can redress, I can pivot, I can redress. These guys will move up and fire. They've got one, and then they'll be firing right into their rear. Well, of course, they could move here. Well, they're going to be doing that anyways. All right, I'm going to take the shot over here. I'm going to take the disruption. So that makes them disruption number 2. Remember, they can't reorganize under assault orders. And they're going to fire. So they're firing, it's going to be on 30 because he's point blank. Wheatfield, which is going to be -5, which gives him 25, but then 2 disruptions, which bring him down to 15. So 15 or less. No, not going to do it. 51. And that's going to be a miss. I'm going to leave this cube off at the moment. We'll put one on once we figure out what happens. Okay, and that's all the units. Yeah, that's all the Confederates. So Anderson flips over. And now we go to the Union response. So the Union gets 2 brigades to activate on here. Now, what am I thinking? I think 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. He's out of command, so we're going to put him out of command right here. It's a little disappointing, but I think okay. He's still in command. He goes 1, 2. He's got a command range of 2 with a 1 star on there. So I can go 1, 2. I can go 1, 2, but you can't get over there. Okay. He's in maneuver. So with maneuvering, there's no combat fire. Or no, 1 combat fire. You can only do 1. They could shoot, but I think we're going to try to get him out of maneuver. I'm not sure what we're going to do with him, but we'll try to get him out of maneuver. So we're going to activate Schweitzer, and well, we'll start with him, and then we'll go from there. Here is the command change. 7. The order changes, so we can change his order, and I think I want him to be oh, we're not going to get there, are they? 1, 2. Well, 1, 2. I think we're going to put them in engage. Let's defend. Here's assault, so there's engage. I think we're going to change these to engage. That gives us a little bit mobility, a little bit more mobility, as well as the ability to fire on units. So let's start over here. They've got one disruption, but that's okay. They're going to go one forward. They've only got two. They've only got two. Two movement. Two movement. They can go one, but if they turn two, that's it. They're done. Well, let's actually work with that. Let's actually take this unit. He's going to move to the top for one, and then move here for two. Okay. So he's done. He can't shoot or anything. Now we're going to go with this guy. He's going to shoot. He can shoot up through here, and that'll be through the flank. But he'll be at battle range, so that's going to be 20%. He'll be able to throw on another volley for 10%, so that's up to 30. So that's good. He's in a wheat field, though, so that's going to be -5. And then fatigue is another -5, so it's back down to 20. 20 or less. He rolls an 80. 88, actually. It's a miss. So he missed, and he fired. He's done. All right, so these guys are done. Need to push them back. And this guy up here, they all have two, which is the sad part. So he can go up one, and then he could shoot into the flank again. So we're going to have one of these come up over here for one. Sorry, I just noticed you got some glare over there. I'll try to get that off of there. There we go. Goes up there for one, and then it's going to fire for two. And fire over here. So it'll be another 20. But he's going to have a -5 for the wheat field. So that's going to bring them down to 15. Yeah, 15. So it's going to be a 15 shot with the possibility of another, what do you call it, disruption if they hit. We're on 88 as well, so it's a miss on there. So they miss. They've got another unit here. There's two. I think they're going to move up. One. And they'll stop there. Now, this is going to be my heavier punching unit here with Schweitzer. This is the 62nd Pennsylvania with these stacks. Now, because Schweitzer's with them, they'll get 3 actions. So I think I want them to get down over here to plug this, but that means turning 1, 2, and then they could fire for 3. All right, that would work. So he's going to go turn 1, 2, and then fire over here for 3. Again, at battle range, so that's 20. These guys are in the wheat field, so it's going to be -5. There's no disruption, so 15 or less. That's not going to do it. 54. So that's a miss. The other unit here, he's going to have 3. He's going to turn as well. 1, 2. Actually, he's going to turn. This guy's going to turn further, and 1 up 3, like that. He doesn't have anything. Well, he could, yeah, he could shoot down this way. Oh, no, he can't. Never mind. Used all of them. Now what do we have? We have the other Pennsylvania units here. I think I'll have Schweitzer actually go over here. He can go 1 to there. That kind of clears the way. These guys can go 1, 2. They only have 2 activations, by the way. So they can go 1, 2 to there. And they'll go 1, 2 to there as well. Okay. That lines them up, hopefully for next turn to stop them. So that's Schweitzer's brigade done. Yeah, red brigade. Yeah, done. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot the out of command guy over here. He's got 1 activation. What do we do with him? He's the 4th Michigan, right? Oh, he's part of the 4th Michigan. Never mind. He's not out of command. So he does have 2 activations, but I think he's just gonna move up 1 to there and be with the colors right there. Okay, my bad. That's not I thought he was a separate regiment, but it wasn't. The same regiment over here. Okay, now he's complete. All right, next one is our 17th Maine. Tough situation here. Now they're under assault, so they can't opportunity fire. So I think, first off, I think they'll stay as engaged, he says. He says. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. We'll stay as engage. Yeah, I think we'll stay as engage. First off, this guy here, he's going to pivot 1. Now there's no opportunity fire because they're in assault. So he can pivot. And now he'll fire on him for, let's see, there were 3 that pivot 1, so they got 2 left. So they'll be able to fire and then add an extra volley. So they'll be 30 plus 15 is 45, but they're disrupted and into a wheat field. So that's back down to 35. 35 or less. Ooh, ow, ow, that's going to hurt the Confederates. That's a 9. That's a murderous hit. There we go. Murderous fire hit, I should say. Right there. And that takes care of them. Now these guys are going to fire straight ahead. So they're going to be 3, 1 for the shot, and then 2 extra. So it's 30 plus 15 plus 15. 60 to start. Over the wall makes it 50. Disrupted makes it 45, and then into the woods makes it 30. Yep, 30 again. So 30 or less. Oh, the 17th is on target, 0-1. That's another murderous fire on the 59th. Let's see here, finding a murderous fire. Here we go. Oh, that just hurts. Okay, so now we come to Detroit himself. He is, or this unit over here where he is. Now they'll get 3 plus 1 is 4. All right, they're gonna burn 1 to reorganize to get rid of this. This is going to be important as part of the assault. So 1 for reorganization, and then that means they got 3 left. Need to hold that line. Need to hold that line, folks. So who do we want to shoot at? I can shoot at them. I can shoot at them, and I can shoot at them. I think we'll shoot at them because I just realized that these guys will be assaulting this way, not at them. So Yeah, we'll shoot at the 11th Georgia over here. So that's going to be 30 to start. Or actually, I'll get the fire, which is going to give them 30, and then 2 extras, which is going to go up to 60. But minus 10 for being battle worn, so that'll give them down to 50. And that's it. So 50 or less. They roll a 68, so their streak ends there. That's a miss. So that's all of the Trobrand, 17th Maine, done. And the rest of his units have been eliminated. They're all off map here, down below. So he activated, which is setting up kind of an interesting situation over here. Oh, we've got to do our murderous fires here. So the 59th, these guys flip over. One gone. And these guys flip over. And as I said, this is going to make it very interesting for assaults, because I think what's going to happen is this guy will assault, this guy will assault, and this guy will assault. These 2 guys will not. Or maybe support. I'm not sure. I'll have to take a look at that when we get there. Okay. Next, he says. Actually, those are the 2 for theirs. We're actually, we'll flip back to the Confederate phase. Again, they're all done because they only have 1 unit, so it's back to the Union to do 2 more batteries and brigades. So we've got Burling and Tilton, and then the batteries up here. So I think we'll go with Burling and Tilton. And with these guys, I think discretion is going to be the better part of valor. Let's see, they're stacked with him, so that's going to be 2. They're going to get 3 activations. I think they'll keep their orders. They're all within range. And I think they're just going to, we'll only be able to get rid of 1. So I think what they're going to do as a stack, they're going to pivot for 1, and then fall back for 2, 3. Burling's with both of them, so we can give them both an extra push. And they stayed there because there's no sense in holding that. Nothing they can do with that. All right, so that's them activated. Now we'll go to Tilton. Now Tilton, he's going to try to change his orders. He's in a good position, and he is in maneuver, which doesn't do much for us. I think we're going to go to engage or even defend. No, I think we'll go to engage. So he's going to try to first change his orders. Rolls a 7. Well, that's going to change the orders, so he's going to come out of maneuver and go into I've got to get out another engage here. So he's going to go into engage, and I think we're just going to position everybody and let them come to us at this point. So there's engage. So we'll take a look at the Massachusetts here. They've got 1 disruption. They only have 2 activations here. So what do I want to do here? I think I want... Yeah, we'll actually start with 118th up here. We're going to have them activate. They've got 2 activations. They're going to go 1 to here, then redress for 2. That gets them done. The Michiganders here, they're moving up. So we're going to pivot them for 1. And I think we'll bring them up for 2. Leave them at disrupted 1. Right. Now, what are we doing with the other 108? Oh, excuse me. I should have moved these guys up before that. It shouldn't matter. Yeah, I think I'll get them into the woods. So pivot for 1, into the woods for 2. Now that's gonna, they can't, oh well, Tilton is with them, so that'd be 3. They could give it, they have 3. They move 2, and then redressed for 3. So that's good. And then I may leave Tilton right there. I don't know. Don't know. Okay. And over here, the top unit, they just have 2 actions. My little dice there to tell me. So I think they are going to, oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the 18th. How did they? Oh, because they're both Massachusetts. 18th and, all right, I'm going to move them back. All right, so these guys are just going to reorganize, get rid of that, and that'll be it for them. And then the Massachusetts, Southern Massachusetts down here, I think we'll just stay there. Yeah, I think that's good. So that'll be all for Tilton. Didn't realize that was, they look the same. Okay. So that's all of those. So we'll be back to the Confederates, nothing with the Confederates. And the last thing is their batteries over here. It's got nothing really to shoot at because these guys are blocking them essentially from shooting down through there effectively. Even though it would be over their heads. So, actually it would be obscured. So they could, 1, 2, 3, battle, and they'd be obscured and in the wheat field as well. So that would be battle, and then -10, and then a -5. So it'd be a 5% chance of a shot. Same with these, because these guys are at a higher elevation than these. They should be able to see over them and be obscured. Well, we'll take the shots. Both of them will shoot over here. 5% chance. This one first. 73, no. This one second. 40, no. So it's a miss. Both are misses. All right, so that ends all of the activations. Now we move into the mutual close combat phase. So this is where it gets interesting. The close combat phase. Where are we here? All right, so now we all those units that are in assault, which we only have one, it's the Confederates, they can declare their attacks, and what we'll do is just kind of go down the line with it and see how it goes. So we've got the over here, 59th Georgia. Both of these units, well, no, he can't because he'd have to assault here. They have to assault directly ahead of them. So this guy can't assault, but he can. He's going to assault them there. All right, so the first thing we need to do is declare that. Second thing is the defender needs to do a morale test to see if they hold. Now, that's a unit morale test, and that's this chart at the bottom right here. And what we need to do here is testing for the defender to hold, which is the first row. And then we just need to roll and apply modifiers and see what we get for results. So the 17th Maine is a seasoned unit, so they're going to start at it's going to be a +15. They're not disrupted at all. They're not confident. They're not battle worn. They're not in the flank, not being charged in the flank. Not in the woods or farm, or stone wall, or stream, or fence. They are supported. That's a +10. So now we've got +25. Yeah, So plus 25. Roll dice, see what we get. Roll a 63, plus 25 is 88. So that winds up being a, just show you there, it winds up being a PSDF. What that means is they passed, and they do get a defense fire shot. So that means they get one shot to shoot at these guys, much like our opportunity fire. All right, so they're going to be at point blank, which is 30, no disruption, and no, well, behind the wall and wood, so that brings them down to 5%. We'll see. They roll a 33, so that's a miss on there. So now these guys have passed. They've done their defensive fire. These guys have to now test for their morale to close, which if they do, that will actually move them into the hex. So they're doing kind of the same thing. It's going to be they're going to be a 3, right? Yeah, 3. So they're going to be seasoned, so it's plus 15. They're disrupted by 2, so that's going to bring them down to plus 5. Not confident, not battle worn, not in the flank. Woods farm. They are behind a stone wall. Oh, that's defender. Sorry. They are supported plus 10. Goes back up to 15. That's it. So add 15 to the roll. They roll a 62. It's 15, but it's 77. For charging, they get a pass. So they pass, and that means these guys move up, and we're going to get some bayonet action here. So now we go to the bayonet combat rounds, and that's going to be over here, where we're going to roll on each side and add in units, or add in modifiers for these units. So Confederates start first. They'll be seasoned, so they're going to start 30. They're not confident. Are they going up in elevation? They are, hold on here, this is interesting. Yes, they are. They are going up in elevation. Oh, unit on higher elevation. No, but the Union will be. They are supported, so that's plus 10. They do have disruption, so that's minus 10, because there's 2 of them. It's not battle worn. All right. So it's going to be a straight 30% to see if we get a hit on them. They roll a 43. 43, which is higher. Needs to be less than or equal to, half or less than or equal to, yeah, no, that is a miss on them. So now the Union gets the opportunity to bayonet charge. They'll be the same thing. They'll be 30. They are in a higher elevation, so it's going to be plus 5, plus 10. Our supported is another 10. No disruption. And not battle worn, so they'll actually be up on 50. And they roll a 47, which is just a hit. I think, or excuse me, it's going to be a murderous hit. No, just hits here. It's murderous hit. So they actually going to repulse the Confederates here a little bit. So they get the murderous hit. Now, I just need to check on one little thing here. Looking at this, again, I should apply this right away. There's no need to put on the counter. This just goes right on there like that. So they are reduced. Now, the thing is, at the end of the first round, we could have multiple rounds here if we want, but we've got to think about this because we can do 2 things. Either the defender can now withdraw and move away, or the attacker can withdraw. In this case, I don't think the defender is going to withdraw because they inflicted the damage and didn't receive any damage. But now the 59th has a option to withdraw, and this becomes an issue because if they go for another round of combat, The 59th there is going to be 30, supported plus 10, disruption minus 10, but they're also battle worn as 20, which is now down to 10%. There's a good chance they would miss, and there's a very good chance that the Union would hit again. So I think we're going to have them withdraw. Okay, move back like that, and that will make the defender the winning unit. And what will happen also with the defending unit is they will get this confident marker on the unit itself, meaning they were confident that they repulsed. They were made confident by the repulse of those units. And I think that's about it. Yes, they just withdraw. Yeah, that's about it. 3D result. Yep. Just I haven't done this too much. I just want to make sure that I get everything right in terms of testing for morale. Yes. Yeah, nothing else happens. Okay, so they were repulsed. 17th held the wall. So now we'll move down to these guys. This is going to be a little bit tougher for them because they're battle worn, but let's see what they can do. So these guys attacking over here. First off, this is the colors, so hopefully they'll hold well. So they'll be a season, so it's plus 15. No disruption. Not battle worn. Not in the flank. Units in woods or farms. No, they are behind a stone wall, so it's going to be plus 10. So that's plus 25. They're supported for 35. It's going to be plus 35 on their morale to hold. 60 is 99. So they've passed. Right here, they've passed. They also earn a confident marker, and they get the defensive fire. So that's kind of the best thing that could happen for them, is they are confident that they're holding, and they can now defensive fire. So they're going to be 30, but it's over the wall and into the woods, so it's going to be minus 25, sorry. So it's only going to be a 5% chance. Just looking to see if there's anything else that can be applied, but no. So 5% chance. Oh, they roll a 16, almost. So that's done. So now we got to go to the Georgians to see if they actually press their charge, or actually close the charge. So they will be also plus 15. 2 disruptions is minus 10. Battle worn is another minus 10, so they're down to negative 5. Their supported is plus 10, so positive 5. So they get plus 5. So they roll a 34, which add 5 brings them to 39, which just gets them to be passed. So they'll actually move up and charge them. But this is going to be a little bit tricky because first the Georgians, the 59th, they're seasoned 30%. They're not confident. They're not on a higher elevation. They are supported. That's plus 10. But disruption is minus 10. So it stays on a 30. Ooh, they roll a 22. So that's a murderous hit. All right, but we do need to roll the Union over here as well. They will get a 30. Confidence makes them 50. Supported makes them 60. That's it, 60 or less. They roll a 28, which is half, which is definitely half than 60. So they get a catastrophic hit. Oh, the unit's eliminated. So this guy is gone, and they are reduced like this. And that ends that combat. So now that becomes very interesting because now we've got formation integrity issues going to form up here after everything's done. All right. So now this unit can attack over here. All right. So they're going to come up and attack. So they're going to be same thing. We've got to do a confidence test. They're going to be 15 minus 10 for the what do you call it? Disruption. Not confident. They are supported. So plus 10. They roll a 60, goes to 70. They pass, so they will be attacking, or they will be defending. Oh, excuse me. I did that wrong. I did that completely wrong. Sorry. Let's back that up. First, we got to test the defender. That's this guy. So he's plus 15 for being seasoned. No disruption. He is confident, plus 10. Actually, wait a minute. Does he lose that confidence? He may lose that confidence with the hit. No, he still has the confidence. Okay, good. So 15 has the confidence, which it's 25. It's battle worn though, back down to 15. Not in the flank, but he is across a stone wall. So it's going to be plus 10, 25 again. And he is supported, 35. So plus 35. 10, 13, 35, 45, 48. He passes, so he stays there. He's not going to shoot, but he passes. Now we do the Confederates. What did I say? Plus 15, minus 10, plus 10. So plus 15. Uh, 75 plus 15 is 80, 90. And they pass. Oh, just missing getting some confidence, but they pass. All right, so they're going to move into the hex and attack. And this will be, again, the bayonets. Confederates will go first, so they'll start at 30. There's no confidence, not a higher level. They are supported. Plus 10, 40, minus 10, so 30 or better. 39, that's a miss. Uh-oh. Now for the Union, they're going to be 30. With confidence gets them up to 50. Supported 60. But they're battle worn, down to 40. And they roll a 24, so that's a hit. It's actually a murderous hit. And they are flipped over. All right. What do we do? Both of them are now sitting here. I'd love to break their line. They're still confident. But these guys are now taking damage. Should we stay or should we retreat back and fight another day? That's a tough one. We're already here, but they have a big advantage on it. I think they've got to withdraw and push back to here. They'll remain confident. You only get one confident. There's no multiple confidence, and that'll be it. All right, next one though. It's not it for it's it for these guys, but these guys are next. So, going down the line here, these guys will attack them. So this is going to be, first off, the Union's got to do a test hold. They'll be plus 15 minus, oh, they're across the wall too, so it's plus 10. Confidence 20, supported 30, right, plus 30. You roll a 0-3, that's just a 33. Ooh, they just hold their position. They could have withdrawn, but they just hold. Okay, Confederates will test. They are 15 minus 10, plus 10, yeah, just 15. So plus 15, roll a 60, puts us on 75, and they pass. All right, so they'll go in here as well. They do have a disruption on there, but we'll just move that over there. So we get some more bayonet action. And then now the Confederates, seasons 30, not confident, no higher elevation. Actually, they are at a higher elevation, aren't they? When I look at it, just shift you over. This hex right here is higher, so they will actually get plus 10, so they go to 40. Battle worn though drops them back down to 20. They're supported, which gets them to 30. All right, 95. That's not going to do it. That's a miss. The Union, on the other hand, they're at 30. They're supported 40, but they're battle worn down to 20. 20 or less. They roll 95, so nothing happens. So do one of two things. They can either stay there. I think they're going to try to push it. So we're going to go with another round. We'll try it again. So Confederates 30, 40, 40, 50, back to 30. So 30. They roll a 78. It's a miss. Union 30, 40, 20. 20 or less. 82. All right, we're just banging away at them here. So first one to get a good roll. 53 is nothing. You need a 30. Union needs a 20. Oops, one of them's cocked. Let's do it again. 66. Back to the Confederates. 37, not quite. Back to the Union. 33, no, they needed a 20. Back to the Confederates. Heavy fighting. There we go, they roll a 10. That's going to be a hit, but let's see what the Union does, because this is simultaneous. They roll a 38, so they fail there. Okay. So in this case, the Union is eliminated. That 17th is gone. The Trobrand is going to go over to here. All right, we'll update these markers here a little bit later. And the 59th just stays right there. So they've broken through the wall. Took a lot of attacking and a lot of casualties. We lost one full unit and a whole bunch of others battle worn. So they're in tough shape to continue the fight, especially with Union reinforcements going along. So now I think we don't have anything else because the 11th over here is just sitting here with nothing in front of them. So I think that's the end of all of our combat. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Where is it? Let's go onto the ground. Where are we here? Oh, here's the confidence up here. Okay, I just need another confident marker because that Confederate unit became confident. All right, so they are now confident, so that'll help them out in the future. Okay. So, yep, that's all for the attacking, the close combat. So now we got rally phase, which formation is level 6. We don't have any shattered units. We don't have any, and that will bring us directly to the end of the turn. So we're going to update some of our markers, control markers. Union still has 2 down here. Confederates picked up 2. So they now have 3. But the Union has 5, so the Union is still in the lead, control-wise. Confederates need to break through these 2 at least, if they can't push through up to the north by the Stony Hill to win. So that was very interesting. A lot of back and forth over there, and hopefully you can see how detailed this is, and hopefully get a sense of the heavy fighting around the Stonewall that took place here on the 2nd of July, 1863. So I went a little bit long on that, but I did want to just kind of bring a couple things in here back about the 17th and about de Trobriand's brigade here. In some of my research, particularly the history of the 17th, made mention of their march up, which I had talked about in the last video, but a little bit more information on that. Eventually, marching up the whole long roads to Gettysburg approach, they did make it up to Emmitsburg just before the start of the battle. They were positioned in Emmitsburg, as we know, and came up as part of the part of Reynolds' group, corps group, that was supporting the left flank of the Union side. Now they were in Emmitsburg on the first day battle, and were positioned there. Sickles, once they heard what had happened up there, took most of the brigade, most of the corps up with them. But de Trobriand's brigade was designated to stay in the Emmitsburg area and cover the passes just in case Lee and the Southerners moved behind them over there. And they, believe it or not, in the morning they were actually at a couple of the seminaries that are in Emmitsburg. There's a couple of seminaries that are still there. Beautiful places if you ever drive by or see them. They were actually visiting some of those before they got their final orders to actually move up to Gettysburg from Birney at that day, the division commander, later that day. And when they did, of course, that left them as kind of the trailing units, the last units coming up to Gettysburg. So they were kind of last in line. And when Sickles did his famous deployments of the day, the Trobriand's brigade got kind of this last bit over here of the Rose Wheatfield and Stony Hill, as well as Houck's Ridge down here, because they were kind of last in line with everything. And the 17th had moved up. Originally, they had been back by Round Top, positioned roughly at the northern edge of Round Top, and then eventually moved up here by the Stonewall as we get into the battle going here. The descriptions of the battle, this part of the battle, are a little sketchy within the regimental history. They said they fought well, they took significant casualties on there, but they did not give a lot of detail in terms of holding the wall or some of the battles across there. They just really said it was a hard fought battle. Eventually, they did retreat back across the Wheatfield and took a position in reserve when the Second Corps came up and attacked the Wheatfield to push out for the next round of combat, and pushed out the Confederates from there. So it gives sparse detail on that, but it does talk about what happened over in here with the battle and how it went over there. So, anyways, we'll leave it at that. Like I said, this is a little bit longer one, but hopefully you're enjoying this. We're getting in right to the meat of the battle, and really is good. Next turn will be the last one. It'll be 5:45, and we're probably going to get some more combat in through here, as well as try to push up there. So stay tuned for that, and remember, please like the video. Comments are are nice. If I made any mistakes or anything else, please let me know, or just comment on the battle itself. I'd love to hear the comments. And then, of course, if you like my videos, please subscribe, and hopefully see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.